2025 has been easily the worst year for VTubing. So much insane things have happened this year that I never would have even guessed would have happened, from the whole, Cinder situation to everything that's going on now currently, and a lot of people being outed as weirdos in the community. Is just how much worse than can this year, get for VTubing anyway. And I planned on making a video about the whole VShojo situation, but about halfway through recording it, I was like, I didn't enjoy making that video, I guess. I didn't really want to put that out. I didn't feel like that situation specifically needed any input from me. I think everybody involved, they did a pretty good job at explaining everything that was happening. And I feel terrible for Iron Mouse especially, because that's just, I don't know, stealing from a charity is like one of the lowest things you can do as a human being, and just make, a complete piece of garbage, you know what I mean? But that being said, there was something that I feel like is worth saying in a situation like this, is that I've said this before, and I think it's even more important now than ever, is that support the creators that you like. It doesn't matter what team they're a part of, what group they're a part of, what corpo they're a part of, whatever. Always make sure you're supporting the creators you like directly, and you're not so much standing or being a ride or die, I guess, for like the corporation itself, because the corporation itself, you never really know what's going on behind scenes. As this is a very good example. VShojo is one of those corpos that I felt like I want to be indie for as long as I can. I don't have any interest in joining any type of business or anything like that. But if I had to, or if I had the opportunity to, VShojo was always the one that I was like, yeah, I would probably join them. They seem pretty cool over there. They seem like they got it all together. And I know I'm not the only person who's felt this way. So to see this come from them, and everybody, they lose all their talent in the span of 48 hours because of some crazy stuff they've been doing behind scenes. Something we all thought that they had together. They were like the most put together, corpo out there. It's mind-boggling. I couldn't believe some of the things that was happening and what I was hearing. So again, make sure you're supporting the creators that you really like, and so that when something like this happens, it's not, it's a little bit less of a blow than it should be, because like I said, we all look to VShojo as the perfect example of what a VTuber corporation should be, at least on, the EN side, right? And I also feel especially bad for the people that had put all that work and effort into trying to join that, they had that contest finding a new member. I feel bad for those people that were attempting to do that, and just to have this blow up in your face. I wonder how that's going to turn out. Are they still doing that? Have they already picked a winner? They just didn't make an announcement yet? I really wonder behind the scenes how that went, because if they already picked a winner or something like that, or a finalist, whatever it is, and then this happens, can you back out at this point? What are they doing? That must be awful. You put all that time and energy, and so I feel bad for those guys. And this is just a reminder that there's bad actors everywhere waiting to take advantage of people, whether it's in VTubing, whether it's just in content creation in general, just in the world in general. There's always bad actors. So you have to be careful, and you just have to remind yourself that this could have happened, to any corporation, really. And it's happened to other corporations. As far as VTubing goes, there's been some pretty shitty bad actors everywhere, so it's not as surprising as it should be, I guess. And while this has been a wicked year for VTubing, I also want to say, I want to end the video by saying that we should have empathy for everybody involved. Of course, don't go out there starting trouble with anybody, pointing fingers at people you don't fully understand the situation if you're not there. There's a lot of things that can't be said, due to contracts and things like that. So don't be that guy, right? Also, if you found yourself being a little bit too affected by this, and you're not involved directly with it, you're not an actual VTuber that's a part of that corporation or whatever, it might be a good sign that maybe you should, take a step back, because you might be a little too deep in, the VTubing space. Because while it is a shitty situation all around, everybody involved, they're adults, they'll be more or less fine. They still have their community. They can, they'll be able to take care of themselves. Sure, it'll take some time to get things together. I understand that, but don't start treating people like, children, they don't really know what, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to sound too mean about the whole thing. Like I said, it's good to have empathy. Just don't be weird about it, right? Also, if you want to donate and, show your support and have the funds to, Iron Mouse also had a donation going on to try and recover some of the money that was, essentially stolen. So I'll leave that in the link in the description box, in the description box below, but excuse me. I'm pretty sure that's still going on. If not, then I won't include a link by the time I edit this video. And that's going to be it for this video, though. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.